Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening and happy Money Mood Mondays. We're excited to welcome you to the best place on the planet. I am Shannon Johnson here from Houston, Texas, but I'm going to move myself out of the way and bring up a dynamic speaker that has 100% of the information to share. She is a wife and she is a professional makeup artist here in Houston, Texas, and she has many awards in this opportunity. She is a Fireball recipient, an impact player, a Breakthrough Award winner, and a Breakout Award winner. She is also the 2025 Team MVP, and she is a Sapphire ring wearer. So that means she earns 100K residually in this opportunity, and that's on a part-time basis. She is a three-star director, so that means she leads a team well over 1,000 in this opportunity. So let's put some fire emojis, some hearts. Let's welcome her, Miss Brandi Holmes Dennison. Are you here with us?
Yes, ma'am, I am here. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. But I got to give it right back to you, Miss Shannon Johnson, because guess she is a one-star director in this opportunity, leading well over 300 families in her amazing organization. On her way to two-star, which you're going to learn about here shortly. But what we are most jealous about is that she was able to retire in her 30s because for over 10 years, or a little, or right at 10 years, Shannon has been a professional hairstylist. And she decided that she wanted to get off her feet and onto the beach. And she has been banking the beach ever since. So you are here for a treat, guest, because we are going to show you how to do the exact same thing. As she said, my name is Brandi Holmes Dennison, and I joined this amazing business back in 2019. And it just made sense because, guys, I'm the family booker. And some of you may be like me that's on the Zoom today. I'm the one that books the family cruise each and every year. But not only that, I also book my own trips. You know, when me and my husband are traveling, when I'm traveling, I was always going to Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, what have you. I had no idea that I was an unpaid travel advisor because you see, I never used a travel agent. So because I never used one, I didn't know how they got paid. I thought I was going to have to pay them for them to book something that I could book on my own. But guys, no, when you know better, you do better. And that's what we want to teach you about today. We want to show you how to get on the money making side of travel, basically turning you into a merchant instead of just being a consumer. Because as we all know, we need to keep every dollar we can in our pocket right now. And this is another way to do that. But I'm going to kick it off talking about some freedoms, three freedoms that I like to call the true adulting: financial freedom, personal freedom, and time freedom. Because listen, if we had all three of these, guys, we would probably be on somebody's beach right now. Because just imagine being able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, with who you want to do it with, and for however long. Guys, I wanted to stop going on vacation just for the weekend and be able to go for a month. But that would take me having some time, some money, and some freedoms. So we want to show you how you can wake up and roll over and have coffee in bed instead of having coffee on the go by designing your ideal life in this opportunity. Because one thing I had to discover was, Brandi, yes, you were traveling, but you were going to places that you could afford, not places that you really wanted to go and visit, right? Some of y'all drop some ideal places that you would love to visit in the chat. I know for me, Maldives is on my list, Bora Bora is on my list, you know, Africa. I want to do some what I like to call big girl travel. And what I realized, for me to get to that unlimited income that it takes, I have to build a strong network. And we all have a network. If you have at least 50 names and numbers in your phone, then you have a network. I see y'all coming through Japan. Yep, y'all like me. Bora Bora, Greece. Ain't nobody putting in here they want to go to Vegas, right? They want to do some big trips. And guys, what I realize is when you learn how to empower and embrace those people that you know, now you're building your network to where you're making money with each other instead of off each other. And when you do that, it does set you up for unlimited income. Secondly, we're going to talk about e-commerce because e-commerce is just the way of the world. Truth be told, if you are a business owner right now, but your business is not online, guess what? Unfortunately, you are not in business. And I don't say that to scare you, but more so to prepare you that if we do not learn how to make Wi-Fi wages, we are going to be behind. Because we all know, unfortunately, and maybe fortunately for some, AI is here. And it is going to affect over 80 million jobs. And guys, when that many jobs are affected, that means we are all affected. So what I want to tell you is that it's best to get ahead of what's to come instead of behind what's to come. And that's going to be making money in a recession-proof industry like travel. because everybody is traveling. I have yet to see an empty airport or an empty airplane. I was in this business during COVID, guys, when we were supposed to be shut down. Nobody was supposed to be going anywhere. But guess what I was doing? Booking trips to Tulum because people were still traveling. Travel is always going to be on trend and never on trial. But what I love about the travel industry, there's no inventory. We don't have to worry about stocking any type of products on a shelf. And with us, because it is a debt-free business, there is also no quotas. But let me properly introduce exactly who we are. We are PlanNet Marketing. We are an online business provider. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have been around now for 10 years and already in over 20 countries. And we are expanding. Our next markets will be Dubai, Germany, as well as Canada. So hold on there with us because that gentleman you see right there on your screen, Mr. Donald Bradley, he has vowed to be in all 195 countries. Now, he is our founder, he's our visionary, our CEO. And guys, what I love most about him is that he became a multimillionaire in the travel industry. So, if somebody can do a thing, they can definitely teach a thing. And 10 years ago, he said, I'm going to start PlanNet Marketing. I'm going to start my own marketing firm, and I am going to help average individuals earn above average income. I want to help ordinary people live extraordinary lives because he was once someone who was living on the poverty line. He's a father of four. He's been married for over 30 years. And he said, I have to do something to move my family as far from the poverty line. And someone introduced him to travel, which is wealth hidden in plain sight. And he went after it, became a multimillionaire, and now he is reaching back to help any and everyone who wants to do the exact same thing. Well, when you're leading a charge that big, you got to bring on an outstanding team. And he has absolutely done that because building a team, guys, is where you truly get to live your dream. So he brought on Mr. Dwayne Vansel, who has over 20 years of sales and marketing experience. Also, Miss Leanne Trokler, our COO, with over 20 years of experience. Now, she's the one who pays us on time every time and sometimes before time. And we absolutely love her for that. But our commissions paid out to date so far has been $370 million. And guys, listen, ever since we launched back in 2015, we have always been trending up. We have always been in profit. So you definitely want to get with a company that knows how to make money. But guess what? I'm not here by myself. I know it might be great hearing from me, but I like to bring some other powerhouses in the room. And I have an amazing 3-star director on the line with me tonight. She is also a young millennial because, guys, I'm an old school millennial. So you got to bring in the new school millennials, right? She is a mom on the move. She absolutely loves this business. She is leading well over 500 families in this amazing organization. And on top of that, guys, she is a 6-figure earner in this business residually. She gets to sport that sapphire ring signifying that. So do I have Miss Taz Hollins, our 3-star director, on the line today?
Absolutely. I would not be anywhere else but right here for Money Mood Monday, the best way to start off your week every single week. Brandi, thank you for that gracious introduction. But you guys, we're going to go ahead and dive in because as you can already see on your screen, Brandi has told you all about PlanNet Marketing, but I'm about to tell you about the sexiest industry in the world that PlanNet Marketing is partnered with, and that is travel. For those of y'all who may get confused, because 10 years ago, PlanNet Marketing actually partnered with IntelliTravel. Now, for everybody on the line, I want to make sure we're all on the same page straight from the beginning. See, when it comes to this partnership, IntelliTravel sells travel, which I will get into, but PlanNet Marketing sells IntelliTravel, meaning no guest on the line for all of our guests in the building would be able to get their businesses started tonight if it wasn't for the person that invited you. So I just want everybody to find that chat box because as y'all see, we like to get interactive. This is not going to be a boring Zoom, but I want you to type thank you and the person's name that invited you because without them, you would not have access to this opportunity. I still thank the person who invited me over 7 years ago to this business. So I see you, Denisha. I see you, Leroy. I see you, Lamia. Thanking everybody who invited you. You guys, it is gold. But see, IntelliTravel is actually the originator when it comes to owning your own home-based travel agency. They've received every accreditation and certification you can imagine, including an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So anybody right now taking notes, let me let you in on a little secret. You cannot do better research than the Better Business Bureau. So we're good to go. But we're based out of Delray Beach, Florida. Like I mentioned, we've been around for over 30 plus years. And to be honest, this is the millennial zone. And that's longer than I've been alive. But when it comes to IntelliTravel, we have solid leadership as well. Mr. James Farrar, who you see on your screen, he is IntelliTravel CEO. But what's so powerful is he's been around since the inception of IntelliTravel's existence. So you guys, that speaks volume. But to date, we have booked over $6.5 billion in travel sales. So trust me when I say travel is not on trial. But I see all of the guests in the chat box. So I want you to really and truly think about this question. Because if you're being honest, like me and Brandi, we did not know the answer to this was yes. And did you know that commissions are already built inside of your travel bookings? If you're anything like me, before I got started within this business, I always thought that the only way that travel agents were actually getting paid was from my money because I thought I had to pay them for them to be compensated. But you guys, that is not the case. So today we're going to show you how you can enjoy infinite possibilities as a travel business owner. Here's the hack. See, you are able to earn 70 to 80% of the commission paid out to you directly. You're going to have your own full-fledged at-home agency, your own state-of-the-art booking portal. So you're going to get your own website. No more having to go to Expedia.com. No more having to go to Orbitz or TripAdvisor. Now you can go to you.intellitravel.com. And whatever it is that's booked, you're earning a commission for it. But you can book group trips, individual travel like cruises, corporate and church retreats, sororities, fraternities. I know Divine Nine is on the Zoom because y'all always are. But you can book destination weddings, honeymoons, anniversaries. Look, I I'm not saying that I recommend divorce spoons or divorce parties, but I heard nowadays the ladies are going to celebrate in Cancun and somebody has to book it. So as long as they're going and taking that trip, you might as well get that check. But when it comes to this business, you all, it is truly turnkey, literally a business in a box. You're going to gain access to over $100,000 in sales and marketing materials, but you're also going to have access to some things you probably didn't imagine. Because we could all, of course, infer that yes, you can earn income from cruises. Yes, you can earn income from hotels, resorts. But did you guys know that you can actually earn a commission off of sports and entertainment tickets? Literally, whether it is the Breezy Bowl or the Super Bowl, you guys, you can earn a commission from it all. NBA, NFL, I know FIFA is the big thing right now for all of the soccer or football lovers out there. You can earn an income from it all. And I know Usher and Chris Brown is going on concert. You guys, you don't have to worry about the ticket prices over here because instead of you coming home to a receipt, you're going to come home to a check. So this is something to get excited about. But I know, Brandi, a lot of people are thinking, okay, this sounds good. But why travel and why now, especially in this economy? But you got to tell them why not.
Well, absolutely, because you said especially in this economy.
Mhm.
One thing that I had learned as a makeup artist, and I've been a makeup artist, guys, now for 26 years, my business was not essential. You know, when COVID happened, my business was shut down. Although I'm so grateful that I was in the travel business because I did understand what was essential. Travel was one of those things, as well as food, as well as medical. Because, see, guys, people are always going to have to travel. Even during COVID, guess who was traveling? Nurses. They were having to get on somebody's plane, and just imagine being able to monetize what the world is doing and basically make what you love to do your hobby. But when you really put your entrepreneur hat on, let's really dive into travel. Because y'all remember when Dubai used to be a desert? And Dubai is now one of the number one destinations to go and experience, as well as the Maldives being known for those over the water bungalows. But now you're seeing that in the Bahamas, you're seeing it in Jamaica, you're even seeing that pop up in Florida. And guys, the next destination to hit, the next popular go-to spot is about to be Saudi Arabia. Because you see, travel is one of those things that makes the world go round. It is currently an $11 trillion annual industry. It's looking to go to about 15 trillion in the next 10 years. And I don't know about y'all, but if I'm going to belong to any type of business, I would love for it to be in the trillions. Now we got the millennials. They're giving about 4 trillion annually to the industry. They are definitely traveling, but the baby boomers are the ones who are fueling the growth. Because baby boomers have said, you know what? I realize I'm on that fourth quarter of life. I'm not really trying to rock in rocking chairs. I want to rock on cruise ships. They are now waving at those grandkids from FaceTime and they are enjoying their life. Well, then we got Generation X. Now, Generation X is still that generation who has subscribed to the 40-40-40 plan. They're working for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and retiring on 40% of their pay. Now, a lot of them want to retire tomorrow. But the problem is, can anybody really retire on 40% of their pay in the economy that we're in right now? And for most of us, the answer is no. So not only are they jumping in the travel industry to supplement some income, they're also maintaining that work-life balance by giving 3 trillion annually to the industry. But then we have the complete opposite generation from all of the ones that I mentioned, and that is Generation Z. Now, y'all might know some Generation Zers. I do. My niece, 22 years old, just hopped on a plane today to be in LA for a whole entire week. And homegirl does not have a job. She lives in a luxury high rise as well. Because here is the thing about Generation Z. They do not want to work traditional jobs. They are not filling out resumes. They are not filling out, applications. They are the digital generation. They grew up on the internet. They have learned how to monetize the world. They want Wi-Fi wages. They literally coined the phrase no cap, which means they don't want a cap on their income. So not only are they getting in the travel industry and supplementing some income, but they're also spending in the travel industry. So guys, if anything, we need to be like Generation Z and get on the money making side, because the number one research category online is travel. And that is typically happening between the hours of 9 to 5 when we are all at our work in our cubicle trying to figure out how to escape it. And this is the thing, people just don't travel for fun. Some people have to travel for a funeral. Maybe you're traveling for medical reasons, traveling for education, traveling to, a wedding. It does not matter. If you are going to click on somebody's.com, it is time we all wise up and click on our own.com so we can make some money. So we're going to talk about how much you can earn in the travel industry. I do have some small examples to share with you, but we have more to share as well. So let's say that you have a frequent business traveler, right? And they now have your link. Now, this is my uncle's example. When I started this business, we have a family chat. I put it in the family chat. Hey guys, I'm now a travel advisor. I have my own website. Whenever y'all are traveling, please book with me, right? So my uncle was like, okay, I'm gonna support your business. So he used to do his hotels on hotels.com. Now he does it on my site. Guys, I don't know when he's booking. I can be asleep. I can be on vacation myself, but I can see a commission of about $151.20 every time he books, going 3 times a month, staying 3 nights each time. And I want you to imagine that's just one person. I sent it out to my whole entire family. So of course, your friends and family, they're going to support you because they don't know Expedia, but they do know you. Now, let's say you do have a little bit of work. So you're going to book a 5-day golf trip. Again, golfers, they know exactly the greens they want to golf on. They know who they're going with, where they want to stay, how much they want to pay. They just want you to plug it into your portal. That's 20, 30 minutes out of your 24 hours. You do that and you can see an average commission of $274.86. And golfers always refer. Now we're going to talk about the lovebirds because we know summertime is a heavy wedding month. This time you are going to be on the money-making side of that honeymoon though. Cancun, all inclusive with butler service. $561.79 is about to be our light bill, guys, especially for out here in Houston, because we know it gets extremely hot and that light bill goes up. But this was the kind of money that I was missing out on. As I said, I am the family booker. I booked the family cruise, had no idea I could be coming home to a comma check. Guys, when you start getting comma checks in a part-time business on something you're going to already do anyway, that's when you know the game has changed. 5-day group cruise family reunion, $2,240.17. Now, listen, as somebody who does this, first of all, we always travel in group on cruises. But on top of that, I'm making money off the travel insurance, the room. When we port, I'm making money off the excursions, the tours. Then we fly out the day before. So I'm making money off the hotel room. Then we have to get from the airport to the hotel. So the airport transfer, y'all, I'm telling you, cha-ching, cha-ching, the money is already there. You just have to go and get it. Now, Taz, you and I both love this business because we love traveling like travel advisors. Now, that was the shift for me. when I realized that travel advisors are truly the plug when it comes to traveling. We were in Atlanta not too long ago, and the
Hmm.
only hotel was $649, and that travel agent rate was $209. So I was like, I'm going to always be a travel advisor, but I know you love this part too because you are a product of the product. So let's talk about.
Absolutely. And this is my absolute favorite part of the business because it's one thing for you to get into the business and you're making money. But the only thing better than making money is saving money. And I have a business partner who has done both within this business. She has made money from booking travel, she has saved money from all of the travelers that she does worldwide. So I would love to bring to the front of this Zoom one star director, which you'll hear about more later, but Director Takira Sims. Do we have you on the line?
Yes, you do. Hello, hello, everybody. And this is my favorite part as well, Taz. Like you mentioned, my name is Takira Sims, guys. I have always been an avid traveler, but since being a part of this business and this opportunity, I have been able to travel for pennies to a dollar. Me and my husband, we actually got married on a Carnival cruise last year in April, and I invited everybody. Okay, it was 67 of us. We cruised to Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Belize, and I earned a commission check of over $5,000. Y'all, we were already going to get married on that cruise because we actually met on a cruise. And we just celebrated a year for our anniversary. Actually went to Thailand for 14 days. And y'all, when we checked into our room, we actually stayed at three different hotels because, baby, we love it. Okay. But when we checked into the second hotel, can I tell y'all that they upgraded us? They upgrade complimentary upgrades because we are travel business owners. And guess what? It has been life changing. My husband is not trying to have no kids no time soon because he's enjoying all of this traveling that we're doing.
Love it.
You. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can tell you, she hit the hammer on the nail when she said we were going to do it anyway. They were going to get married. They were going to do it on a cruise ship because that is where they met. But now they put themselves in position to get paid from it. And now the traveling that they do worldwide. Let me tell you, she was being modest. But I'm going to show y'all some examples of how we actually travel. See, you can go to Thailand, you can go to Greece, you can go to the Maldives, you can go to all the places that you all put in the chat. But let's just say you go to the Grill Jamaica for 4 days, 3 nights, all inclusive, adults only. But you do not go at an adult price because you are actually looking at just a price of $499 per person. Many of us can't even stay in our own home for 4 days and 3 nights for $499 per person these days. But you're able to go on this particular trip and get educated. And I know there's somebody on the line thinking, what's the catch? Well, I'm not going to lie to you. There is a little bit of work that you have to do. See, when you go on this particular trip, when they say all you can eat, you actually have to make sure it's all you can eat. Brandi checked out the all you can drink portion of it, but I checked out the all you can eat portion. But you guys, that's the type of work that we do because that is our research. But for all of our bougie travelers, which I think we had a lot on today by the type of destinations that y'all typed in the chat box, we have you covered as well. Because say you want to go to the doctor. And I mean the DR, y'all, not literally the doctor, but the Dominican Republic. And say you want to go for 5 days, 4 nights, and you can go to this, or 4 days, 3 nights, 5 star, all inclusive resort. Now, I want to place emphasis on the 5 star because myself and Brandi, we live here in Houston, Texas, and we have a 5 star hotel called the Post Oak. And to stay on average a night at that hotel is about $700 to $800. But for this particular resort, you are just going for $720 per person total. So, you guys, this is not the time where you have to break the bank. This is where you begin to travel smarter and you're able to do it better. But one of the parts that I love the most about this business is not just all of the traveling you can do, not just all of the income that you can make, but the fact that they took all of the risk off of the table and they replaced it with nothing but guarantees. So I want everybody to find that chat box and type no risk because you need to understand this plain and simple when it comes to this business. Because before I started, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm a single mom. And although it sounded great, I couldn't afford to lose. And they said, we're going to ensure that you don't lose at all because the first guarantee that they put into place was the best travel price guarantee. That means if you have a client that comes to you and they said, hey, I found the exact same trip, apples to apples, oranges to oranges. You can't compare a 5-star to a 3-star, you guys. But they say I found it for a little bit less, and Teletravel says no problem. We're either going to meet that price, beat that price, or give your client 110% of the difference in a credit on the next trip that they book with you. But then they said, as a business partner, we have you covered as well because they offer a 30-day money back 100% guarantee. Meaning by the 29th day, if you happen to say, I really want to go for pennies on a dollar fraction of the cost, I think I prefer to pay full price. They say no problem. We're going to give you 100% of your money back. But then, Brandi, they did something I have never heard of in all of my years in business. And they said, we're going to give you an extra 11 months. And if you have not made or saved more than you've invested into this business, they're going to cut you a check for the difference, making you whole, and you still get to keep your business. You guys, they're not doing that anywhere else. And if we have other business on the line, definitely type in the chat box what your business is, because I can guarantee you that there is no business guaranteeing you a profit within your first year. So this is something to get excited about. But Brandi, I always like to say we just took everybody to the beach. Now it's kind of time to take them to the bank. Because there's a lot of people on the line who said, I'm looking for some adult money. I'm looking for the type of income that could retire me. I'm looking for the type of income that I can leave a legacy with. And so you have to tell them about the portion of this business that actually afforded us the ability to become six-figure income earners in this business.
Yes, absolutely. Because one thing, guys, is I'm glad I didn't miss this opportunity. The travel of what we just talked about, that all makes sense. If you're going to go to Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, Orbitz, or anybody else's.com after today, please understand that you are giving your money away. If you're going to go to any sporting or entertainment, if you ever need a rental car, tours, excursion, you're giving your money away. There is money hidden in all of that. And at the beginning, I did not understand that. But once I understood it, it was a no-brainer for me. But then I really had to start looking at my older life. As I said, I'm a makeup artist. Will I be doing makeup at the age of 70 and 80? And that was just not the plan. I'm not going to be able to still sustain that. And I really hadn't set up any kind of plan. Like, am I going to go back into the workforce after being an entrepreneur for all of those years? Who is hiring at that age? What would I do? Be the Walmart greeter? Be the crossing guard? I was really just going through all these different things. And I said, well, one thing I know I do want to do when I get older is travel. So if you're going to do it, you need to own it. And I knew a lot of other beauty professionals, friends, family member who love to travel. And I just started sharing with them the opportunity. Now, I was somebody who was told not to do network marketing, and I never knew why, and I never researched it and questioned it. But what I realized is that network marketing has created more female millionaires than any other industry. And once I realized that, I said, listen, there is something to this business model because it's just smart. And a lot of us on the line today, we share so many things. I know I've shared my hairstylist, my nail tech, a shoe sale, a great restaurant, a great movie, any and everything. I am not a gatekeeper. I am going to share it. So why would I not share with the people I know how they can travel smarter instead of harder and how they can get their money up on a residual basis? Because Warren Buffett said you should never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. Guys, with the way the economy is going right now, entrepreneurship is going to be in everybody's future. So you might as well step into one where you get to build a team, which is going to help you live your dream. Because every single person that decides to join you in business, there is a $50 direct sale that is going to come your way. Shannon, who was introducing everybody today, I brought her into this business. She was following me on social media. She saw that I was talking about the business. I was saying, hey guys, it's time to get on the money making side of travel. She was someone in her 30s looking to already retire because she's a young school millennial. And she was like, listen, I want to learn about making money in the travel industry. She joined me in business and the company paid me $50. Now, guys, I have been able to do that now over 100 times. And every single time I got a minimum of $50. So you can definitely see the power of those compounding 50s. But what I did not know is that Shannon was a hairstylist. She's a makeup artist as well. She's a preacher's kid, and she is also a part of the Deltas. So guess what? She has a huge network of people that she knew that loved to travel, or she knew that was looking for a way to earn some additional income. So Shannon started sharing with her network. Guys, if Shannon made $1,000 for the week, because I brought her into this business, I made 50%. So what is a 50% of 1,000? 500. If she made $500 for the week, I made $250. I want y'all to think about all the people that we have turned on to jobs. And every single time they got paid, just because you turned them on to that job, you would be getting 50% of that check. That's exactly what happens over here. And this is weekly income. We get this check every single Thursday. Now, Mr. Bradley went ahead and put this $10 team bonus on the table as well. And that is going to grow as you promote throughout the organization. And it is so amazing to know just from helping people, from turning them on to an opportunity, that every single time someone partners with you, there is a check coming your way. But like any other business, and I don't care what business you do, whether it's a travel business, if it's taxes, if you're makeup artist, hairstylist, if you're into real estate, if you're starting a lawn service, you have to build the business. Because if you don't have a grand opening to your business, you will soon have a grand closing. But what I love about our builder program is that we get celebrated every step we take. So Taz, I know this was important to you because you always talk about the only time you got recognized in corporate America is when you were late.
Exactly. And so it wasn't good. So this was something to get excited about. And I know I'm not the only person at their job. The only time you ever got recognized when you was late as well. So we were all in this together. But you guys, we are actually going to celebrate you, like Brandi said, over in this business. Because as you begin to advance, as you begin to accomplish different things and empower other individuals, we want to highlight that. So when you have introduced this opportunity to 3 people, you are now coined a bronze builder within this business. And we recognize you on every Zoom and at every meeting. So if we have any bronze builders, y'all go ahead and type bronze in the chat box. But I can tell you, like Felicia said, bronze for now, because they're not stopping there. They know how fulfilling it is to really and truly help somebody else change their lives. So they said they're going to go out there and help 3 more people become a silver builder. If we have any silver builders on the Zoom, go ahead and type it in the chat box. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Just like the Olympics, everybody wants to go gold. Okay, bronze is great. Silver is cool, but everybody wants to go gold because that's when you get all the extras. You know, back then they used to have your face on the Wheaties box. I don't know if they still do that nowadays, but I know you get a lot of endorsements. And it is this same exact thing here within this business because now, as a gold builder, you've unlocked that first level of $10 team bonus that Brandi mentioned. So now instead of it just being $50, it's now 60. Now instead of that 50% check match just being 25, it's 35. And every single time somebody enters into your organization, whether you enrolled them or not, whether you know them or not, you are going to receive a $10 bill, which is powerful. Can I tell you, some people are making thousands of dollars every single week just because of that $10 bill. So don't sleep on that. But I actually got excited about that 10% match that you all see on your screen. When it comes to all personal agents' travel commissions that you personally put into this business. What does that mean? So, say, for example, I introduced this opportunity to my sister. She does this business on a part-time basis. She's a full-time social worker, you guys. So very, very, very proud of her. That's what she got her master's in. But in 1 year, she cleared over 300,000 in travel sales. And that particular year, she booked a cruise for $8,000 in commission. Ask me how I know. Not because I helped her book the cruise, not because I knew the colors of the t-shirts, not because I know who roomed with who, not at all. But because the company sent me an $800 check on top of the $8,000 that she received. So y'all know I'm like, go sis, go. Because then you booking all of the travel that you desire to book. But you guys, it's power in what we're talking about right now. Because earlier we talked to you about how you got paid from travel that you book. Now we're talking about how you get paid from travel you do not book. But then you also have access to 10% matches on all personal rep matrix commissions. I already seen the gold builders in the chat, but if you didn't type it in the chat, go ahead and represent as well. But how many of you guys can honestly say you have residual bills? Meaning they come every month, whether you want them to or not. Many of y'all, a bill hit today and you wasn't excited about it. But you guys, if you have residual bills, don't you think it just makes sense to have some residual income? So this is the reason I'm smiling from ear to ear right now. Because to be honest, Brandi, the only time I ever heard the word residuals prior to this business, and not just from Chris Brown, was from individuals like Elvis and Michael and entertainers and musicians. Those were the only individuals I thought had access to residual income. I never knew that as an ordinary person, I could bring that into my household as well. But that is what you see in front of you, because this is our 3x9 team build matrix. Emphasis on team, because this is not something you do by yourself, thank God. But every single month on the 10th of the month, you're going to receive $4 per person for everybody who enters into your organization, whether you know them or not, whether you enroll them or not. But you guys, to unlock this income, y'all just have to introduce it to two people. And I want everybody to type two in the chat box. Y'all know what this is, like a concert. I say, hey, y'all say, don't finish that part. But y'all gonna get interactive today, because I want you to truly understand how simple this is. Because everybody on this call right now knows two people either looking for additional income, which is everybody in the economy right now, or they're traveling and desire to travel more. So this business just makes sense. You just haven't introduced them to it yet. But I love that for every single level, you earn access to additional streams of income, all the way down to when you introduced at least 9 people to this business, you've unlocked this entire matrix and access to over $118,000 every single month. That's why y'all seen all those gold builders in the chat box and they were so excited. But say you heard all of these numbers and you're the type of person, I got a spirit of discernment that said, I knew this was too good to be true. Over $100,000 a month. Well, y'all, it is good and it is true. Not only because we have people earning over $100,000 a month already, but let's just say you got this business 90% wrong, but you get it 10% right. Would an extra $11,000 into your household hold you over until times get better? But say you get it 99% wrong, just 1% right. Would an extra $1,100 be able to change your family's zip code? And the answer is yes. So you guys, do not sleep on this residual income. But I want to talk to y'all about some more money. But this type of income is not for everybody. All right. So I just want to go ahead and take the elephant out of the room. This is not for everybody. This is for those ambitious individuals. Now, does everybody have access to this? Absolutely. But if you're the type of person who say, I came into this business or on this call because I was really and truly looking to change my family's life for years to come, this is what you want to pay attention to, because this is the envy of the industry. This is our PlanNet Directors Program. And this means that you have grown an organization of at least 100 agents worldwide, not by yourself, but along with a team. And as a director within this business, now you start off every single month with not worrying about a bill, but getting excited about a bonus. Because every single first of the month, you will have a bonus direct deposited into your account. And every 1-star director is guaranteed no less than $1,000 of additional income from all streams. And I can tell you, we have some directors on the line today. 1-star directors start their month off with $500 on the first of every single month, and they've unlocked another level of $10 team bonuses. Oh, wait, what? Today just happens to be the first. If I have any 1-star directors on the call right now, meaning $500 dropped into your bank account today, y'all go ahead and type 1-star in the chat box. Everybody take a look at the chat box. Let's celebrate our 1-star directors, but I can guarantee they're not stopping there. Because as a 2-star director, which I know Ms. Shannon Johnson is fastly approaching, you guys, 2-stars start their month off with $1,000 on the first and unlock another level of $10 team bonuses. If we have any 2-stars, represent yourself in the chat. Myself and Ms. Brandi Holmes Dennison, we were introduced as 3-star directors. We have a team of at least 500 agents worldwide. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I didn't even think that my business would grow to that magnitude before I started this. Because I just thought it was going to be a little bit of extra on the side, just some fun money, and never knew that it was going to become life-changing income. 3-star directors start their month off with $2,000 on the first and unlock another level of $10 team bonuses. Ms. F.R. Rudolph says, I want to become a star. And that is the opportunity that everybody has on the line today. If we had any other 3-stars, you could definitely represent yourself in the chat. But we are going, I see Danielle Farmer in the building, 3-star director, Sapphire Ringwear. But we are fastly approaching 4-star directorship, meaning your organization has grown to 1,500 agents worldwide. And when Brandi hits that 4-star directorship very soon, she will start her month off with $5,000 on the first of every single month. And I can tell y'all right now, she can already taste it. Unlock another level of $10 team bonus. 5-star directorship. You guys, I could go on and on. They start their month off with $10,000 on the first of every single month, and they unlock the last level of $10 team bonuses. We both are being led by 6-star directors who start their month off with just a mere $16,000 on the first of every single month. And I can tell y'all, my coach, my mentor, he actually served for over 22 years in our nation's military. And he said he never received a check of over $10,000 in his lifetime before starting this business. So to start his month off with $16,000 on the first of every single month, you guys, that is nothing to take lightly. We do have representation of 7-star directorship all the way over in the UK. You guys, she is a mother of four. Four. And she starts her month off with $30,000 on the first of every single month. If you could imagine starting your month off with $30,000, y'all just type me in the chat box. I would love to see the guests on the line who have that type of mindset. Because if you know that someone else can achieve a thing, you know it's possible for you. And you guys, we don't have any 8, 9, or 10-star directors yet. So that means that there is nothing but time and opportunity here within this business for you. So trust me, we haven't did anything yet. And as a 10-star director, you can start your month off with $250,000 on the first of every single month. Now, Brandi, after talking about all that money, I got to take a break. I'm not even going to lie to you. So you got to let everybody know about our presidential ring and Rolex program as well.
Absolutely, because we have talked about a lot of money. And Taz, I remember when I first saw this presentation, I was a little confused. I was like, okay, I get the travel, but I'm a little lost on all of this money on the other side of the business. And that's why I love that it comes with coaching and mentorship, because it's going to show you how to get to the money. And it's also going to show you how to get to these rings. Guys, this is our presidential ring and Rolex program. This is just evidence of those individuals who are really out here helping others win. Now, I saw this slide and I said, you know what? I'm not really concerned about the jewelry. I need the money, because I came into this business because I am that daughter that is going to be, one, the generational curse breaker of poverty over my family, but also the one that is going to help her older parents. Because if you're anything like me, I'm in my 40s and my parents are getting older, so they're not able to really just go like that. They're not bringing in income. They're retired. That money is not stretching because the cost of living is continuing to rise, and they have no sons. So I'm kind of like the daughter son. I am going to be the one that's going to have to help them as they continue to age. So guys, this is not quit your job day. I have not quit doing what I have been loving to do for the past 26 years. I am still actively a full-time makeup artist. I picked up something on the side where I could build a team that would help me increase my money. And within 1 year of getting serious about this business, sitting under the leadership, sitting under the coaching, and attending the events, I was at $100,000 residually. So what does that mean? If another COVID came through, if a hurricane came through, if we were shut down because of an ice storm, whatever the case may be, yes, my makeup business would stop, but not my residual income, not my travel business. And that's why it's so important to be a part of something where you can build a team, because that's the only way you're ever going to get to financial freedom. Now, Taz and I, we both get to sport this sapphire ring, but we're not going to be here for long, because why not go for the ruby ring if it's on the table? That is going to signify that you are earning $250,000 in this opportunity. And again, residually over $20,000. Now, my coach and mentor is currently sporting that diamond ring, signifying that she is $500,000, well over that in this opportunity, because she is moments away from being the first millionaire in Texas, where she will upgrade to that double diamond ring. But I really want y'all to think about this. The first millionaire to ever hit in this business opportunity was a waiter at Papados. So I don't want you to think that you have to come from corporate America or be a hairstylist or be a makeup artist or have some quote unquote prestigious title. Guys, no, you just got to have heart and hustle and the desire to move as far from the poverty line. He actually is the one who designed the rings that you see on the screen right now. Now, as a 5-star director, Mr. Bradley is going to go ahead and gift you a Rolex watch so you can always know the time every time, but you now know it in style. But this slide right here is the one that takes all the doubt out of the room. and it takes the elephant out the room. This is not one of those things, guys. It's not a pyramid, a scam, a scheme, because I know sometimes when people hear about these opportunities, they think, it's one of those things. I got to sign up, people. First of all, you do not. You do not have to tell a soul if you don't want to tell a soul. You can go book your travel. You can enjoy the beaches and the cruises of the world, make money, save money on that. That is absolutely smart. But like Taz said, if you're somebody who's ambitious, if you're a go-getter, if you're looking for life-changing income, if you're realizing that, hey, this retirement money is not really going to sustain me because we are living longer, then you do want to go out and help some other people win. You will get a 1099 in this business. And if you are a W-2 right now, a W-2 and a 1099 go together like peanut butter and jelly. When I tell you I was able to save $4,000 on my taxes because of this business this year, because we get tax write-offs, and you want to get back with your tax professional to learn all of the advantages of having a 1099. But this is just going to show based off where you rank in the company and how many hours you work, the business, who brought in what. Now, on the high end, because that's the only column I'm looking at, a 3-star director brought in over $700,000 last year. And let me remind you that 99% of the people in this business, they do it part-time. So remember, this is not quit your job day. But Mr. Bradley has a heart of gold. And guys, this part of the presentation is one that we always say, give us your undivided attention on this. And Taz, I know as you being a mother, this was something that was extremely important to you. And I'm sure what made you say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and bet on myself and do this. Let's talk about the
Absolutely. I have to say, honestly, Brandi, this was the portion that made me get serious about this business. Like, I was transparent with everybody. I thought it was real cute. I thought I could make a little extra here, extra there, and I'd be able to supplement the income that I had. But when I seen this portion of the business, everything got real, real. And so if I have any parents on the line, any godparents, any aunts, uncles, whatever it is, an individual on the line who thinks about what it is they're going to be able to leave behind, I want y'all to type parent in the chat box. Because if you were cooking, if you were washing, if you were doing anything at all, please do not miss this. It states, as a PlanNet marketing director, you can feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, because we all know it is not an if, it is a when, the PlanNet business that you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your PlanNet marketing weekly commission, director pay, director bonuses, and your monthly residual income for the rest of their lives and for generations to come. So a life insurance policy, that is necessary. A 401k plan, that is great. But you all, those things pay out one time. This business will continue to pay out whoever you choose week by week and month by month as if you are still here. And so I always tell people, my daughter and I, we are always attached at the hip. And the day that I leave this earth, she may have some issues, but I can guarantee finances won't be one of them because of the decision that I have made to become a director within this business. And everybody on the line has the ability to make that exact same decision as well. But Brandi, after all of that, I still tell people, you guys, this is a turnkey business. Everything that we just talked about, don't feel like you have to go out, you got to get an extra degree, you got to go get licensed. You got everything that you already need to be successful. But on top of that, you're also going to gain access to all of the training as well. Like Brandi mentioned, you're going to have the support. We're not the type of business that says you go do it. This is the type of culture that says let's go do it. You're going to be able to attend an abundance of events as well that you will be able to be a part of, like our PlanNet Marketing International Convention that we have coming up in September. And I have to say, you guys, this is like the biggest family reunion you will ever attend. The only difference is it's not with the family that you're used to, it's the family that you look up to. Because you're going to be surrounded around 6-figure income earners, 7-figure income earners, people who are going to be able to teach you how to change your life for the rest of your life. And this year it is coined unstoppable. But the only way you're going to have that unstoppable year is if you let go of all excuses, all fears, and all limitations. And if you can do that, this will be the greatest year of your life. But Brandi, with everything that has been said thus far, I know it's only one question that everybody has right now, and that is, how do I start?
Absolutely. And I would love to share it because Taz, yet again, I remember first hearing about this and unfortunately I turned it down. I had really bad stinking thinking. I was someone who was like, oh, I don't need one of those things. I'm good. And I just really wasn't preparing myself. I decided that I need to get around people who have my solution instead of people who have my problem. Because, I was with people that was like, robbing Peter to pay Paul, month by month, we struggling, check by check, we trying to make ends meet. And I needed to get around people who did not live that life because that was the only people who were going to show me how to get out of the current life that I was living. So guys, when I invested only $199.90, that's what changed everything for me. So price is what you pay, but value is what you get. I do not want $200 to be anyone's problem anymore because there are people that I love dearly. When I tell them about this opportunity where they can increase their money, they don't even have the 200. And that's what worries me because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And something had to change for me. And again, after investing that $200 one time, I am now earning six figures in this business residually. Now it is one package. It is not three package. The reason why you see three prices on your screen, we're going to break down where your 200 is going. So PlanNet Marketing is basically getting $20 of that, $19.95. PlanNet Marketing is how you'll get to build a team as big as your dream if you choose. You will be able to refer your sister, your auntie, your best friend. All of them have partnered with me in business. And $179.95 is going to go to IntelliTravel. Now that is your booking arm. That is how now you will be your own.com. You are going to be setting yourself up to earn Wi-Fi wages, to make money online. You're going to receive your VIP travel benefits. All of the training that comes in this business is absolutely free. You'll be able to learn at your own time, own pace, right there in the comfort of your home. Now, guys, we are in business. So anytime you are in a legitimate business, there is an overhead monthly to running your business. The overhead over here is only $60 a month. $2 a day to have a business in $1 trillion industry that could yield you millions if you choose. Guys, do not let that $60 a month scare you. Because again, during COVID, I was going through my bills and I was like, what can I cut? Again, makeup artist. So when COVID happened, the world was shut down. I came across this $60 and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cancel my business and then I'm going to come return, when the world opened up, when things starts getting back better. I called my coach, my mentor, told her I was going to cancel. She said, hold on for me 1 second. She put me on the phone with the number one income earner in the company, Mr. Shedrick White. And he said, sweetheart, tell me what's going on. I said, well, sir, I'm a makeup artist. The world is shut down. I don't have any income coming in. So I need to limit all of the income I have going out. And he said, all right, well, do you have cable? I said, yes, sir. He said, do you have Netflix? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, can you do me a favor and cancel that because you're busy watching millionaires instead of working on being one? And guys, that's what I needed to hear. I was busy wasting time seeing other people succeed instead of plugging into a business that would help me succeed. And that one sentence shifted my whole mindset. I got plugged into my business and I started making money because I was booking trips to Tulum. So guys, that's what I say. That's the kind of community you're going to have over here. We want to see you win. We're not gatekeeping. We want to see you succeed. So we normally have 3 people in the room. Number one, you're ready to go. You're like, listen, I get it. I'm looking at the economy. It was $93 for me to fill my gas tank up yesterday. So I can only imagine what's going to continue to happen because price is going to continue to go up. Now, if you are a 1, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat and who invited you because we're going to get you started today. It's the summer. We are already 6 months in. So if you did not make all the money you wanted to make and save all the money you wanted to save or take all the trips you wanted to take the first 6 months, then it is time to get started now. Now, number 2, you have questions. And if you're number 2, no problem. We want to answer those questions. So go ahead and start dropping your questions in the chat so we can get that answered for you. But please ask us. Do not get off this Zoom and ask somebody who did not see this presentation what they think about a presentation they did not see. Not only are they going to be able to advise you correctly, but you are also buying their lifestyle. So if you're going to ask anybody, go ask somebody who has business sense. Now, number 3, you're going to say no, thank you. And guess what? We're going to say no problem. We still love you anyway. Whoever invited you to the Zoom tonight, they just wanted you to see what they're about to do to move their family as far from the poverty line, and they would love to do it with you. But if you are not yet ready to get your business started, we are going to ask one favor from you because we know you're going to travel in the future. We know you're going to buy some sports and entertainment tickets. You might want to do an excursion, a date night. We get paid off all of those types of things. So will you please just book it with the person that invited you? Because again, they're here to move their family as far from the poverty line. So instead of you giving that money away to someone you do not know, give that money away to the person that invited you so that you can help their family. So it's time to make a decision, guys. And the decision needs to be made, in my opinion, tonight. Because the journey of 1,000 miles, it just begins with one step. But I promise you, if you take that one step, you got a team full of people who is going to take two. So we're going to go ahead and do a stop share. We're going to see what's happening in the chat. I know we have Delilah over there with a house full of people, and she is launching today. She got started yesterday and she said, hold up, wait a minute. I'm putting people in my house tomorrow because I don't want them missing out on this. So shout out to her for doing that. But Shannon, what do we have going in the chat? I think I saw some ones coming through, not paying attention. All right, let's shout
Yes.
them out.
Absolutely. We have a lot of ones in the chat. Okay. So bear with me. We want to shout them out and congratulate them on getting started. And if you have the person who invited you, go ahead and drop their name so we can shout them out. So we have Darian is getting started. Congratulations. We have Sha Diamond getting started as a number one. Antoinette is getting started. Congratulations. Joe Hunt is getting started. Evelyn is getting started with Grace. So congratulations to her. Brenda is getting started with Lisa. Congratulations. Catherine is joining with Mary. Jennifer is getting started with Tiffany. Congratulations. Nakia is getting started with Mary. Lamia is getting started with Tish. Yes, so excited. Shauna is getting started. Oh, and has some questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and drop those in the chat. We would love to answer those. And we have an iPhoner. So if you want to drop your name, we would love to shout you out. Let's see, Michelle. Let's see, Grace invited me with Evelyn, and Angie is getting started with Jacqueline. Congratulations. We have lots of ones in the chat. Back to you.
Taz, I know you said when you started your business, you were in the position to where, you couldn't take any more risk, know? And, when I first started, guys, I was going through a divorce and I was going through, a divorce to where I had given so much that I was leaving with less than what I had came into the situation with. So I was in that space where I was like, I got to get my money back up. Not only was I the family booker, which made sense, but I needed to start building a team, to start getting my money up. So what would you say to everybody that's getting started and maybe to those people that are kind of, guessing, is this for me? Should I do this?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, congratulations to everybody getting started because that's really and truly the first step. I know a lot of times we're always saying we're asking for things, we're praying for things, we want better, we want better for ourselves, we want better for our families. But then when the opportunity comes our way, we have a poor mindset. And by poor, I do not mean anything monetarily. I mean we're passing over opportunities repeatedly. And so, like you mentioned earlier, I would challenge people, let go of that stinking thinking. Before I got started within this business, I know we say I couldn't afford to do it, but truly I couldn't afford not to do it. And that was the powerful piece. So when I realized that, anybody over the age of, I would say even 25, if we're in a position and we can't put our hands on $200 nowadays, and let's just say 21, because there are 15-year-olds retiring. There are people at the age of 18 and they don't have to look forward to working for anybody nowadays because they've already put themselves in position by making Wi-Fi money for them to set themselves up for the rest of their lives. So I know when it comes to everybody on the line, if you do have that mindset of, oh, I don't know if I should, I don't know if I should, I don't know if I can really and truly afford this, I don't know if the $60 a month is going to be a bill. You guys, I always tell people, how long are you going to have that problem? Right? And I don't know if that's anybody on the line, so we're not calling anybody out, but I know that was me. And I said, how long am I going to have this problem? I have a beautiful daughter and she is literally depending on me for everything. I could not afford not to do it. So I made the decision to figure it out, get it done, and I got started immediately. So that's what I would tell everybody on the line. If you're asking yourself if you can afford to, ask yourself, can you afford not to?
That's so good. You are absolutely right. So I do want to tell all of our number ones, you're going to get back with the person that invited you. Whoever invited you here tonight, they're going to send you a special link. It literally takes about 10, maybe 15 minutes max to get enrolled. You're going to immediately start to receive all of your emails certifying you that you have stepped into the travel industry as a merchant, a professional, instead of a consumer. Shannon, I think we got all the questions answered, right? Did you see any questions? Okay. And if you do have questions and you don't want to, put them in the chat here, get back with the person that invited you. I promise you they have the answer. If they do not, they know someone who does have the answer. Guys, we're halfway through the year. We are halfway through the year. And it's time that we really start making some serious changes to how we are going to bring in income. One thing that I do appreciate about this business, now that I'm around multimillionaires and I'm around high figure earners, they see the world differently. They are looking at how the economy is trending. They know what's to come. And guys, what is to come is only going to get worse if you don't figure out a way to get your money up. So yes, travel is great. We have fun in travel, but this is so much bigger than travel. This is life changing income. Our number one income earner is earning $166,000 per month, and she did that in under 7 years. So some of us, we have put in 25, 30 years in our business or our job, and we are nowhere near that kind of income. So now it's time that we shift and we put that into ourselves. We bet on ourselves. We get our own belief up that we can be the shift maker and the game changer of our family. Now, listen, for everybody getting started today, we're going to be right back here next Monday. So guess what you get to do? You get to invite your business partners and your family and your friends. You get to invite them right back here and leverage this Zoom where we share this information on your behalf. Because every single Monday, Taz and I are here helping families move as far from the poverty line by just building their business one trip at a time. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We will see y'all next week. Y'all have
Good night, everybody.